Hello and welcome to another episode of This Week in Business. So sorry for the delay between episodes, but I have been rather busy. Still, things have cleared up and we can carry on with this once again. To begin, we have European businesses and a nuclear alliance has been launched. 14 European businesses have allied to incentivize and grow the nuclear sector in Europe. The countries of origin of these companies are France, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, Hungary, Italy, Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Sweden, and Britain. Goodness. The alliance considers nuclear energy to be essential to provide reliable energy to businesses across Europe and maintain a competitive advantage on a worldwide scale. Considering that they had difficulty previously thanks to their dependency on Russian gas, it does make sense to me that they would like to have something a bit more local. Next, the State Department of the United States has removed the mention of armored Teslas specifically. You see, previously the State Department had listed Teslas as part of a $400 million contract for armored vehicles. But that contract has been revised and the company name has been removed. So the contract still exists, but without the specifics as to which company is going to be providing the armored electric vehicles. Is there something shady going on and are they trying to hide it? Or are they legitimately changing the company that is going to be providing these vehicles? I don't know, but personally, I do just think they're trying to hide it because Musk, works at the White House and they want to deny that there is some sort of conflict of interest. So, yeah, I don't know how they're going to try to defend that later on, but that's not my job. Anyways, continuing. Almost 90% of Japanese companies see Trump as bad for business. Reuters, I think that's how you pronounce that website's name, conducted a survey in which they asked 233 companies, and 86% of them had worries over Trump's tariffs. They believe that those things would have some sort of adverse effect on their businesses, mainly because they also use a lot of parts from China. So because they have a lot of parts from China in their products, and then they ship those products to the United States, those products could end up being tariffed, despite the fact that they aren't from China. But, the remaining 14% was actually more positive because of Trump's deregulation policies, mainly on the fossil fuel production. But other than that, it did not seem like the majority of companies was particularly interested, or more than interested, happy with the decisions that the President of the United States was taking. This is particularly odd in a way because Japan and the United States are very close allies. So hurting the United States hurting one of its closest allies because they want to hurt one of their adversaries is, I don't know, very short-sighted. But again, Trump is quite a character. I mean, he wrote The Art of the Deal, so surely he knows better, right? Speaking of Trump tariffs and creating problems for businesses, Walmart is potentially going to face a lot of problems because of that, despite the fact that estimates before this year's fiscal report say that Walmart will probably have a 5% growth from last year. The Trump tariffs have caused worry for future developments. People think that, or the investors think that Walmart might not be able to maintain this level of growth, and that next fiscal year it'll be lower by 1%. So instead of having 5% growth, they're going to have 4% growth. Not the biggest jump ever in a company's growth level, but the thing that is kind of important is that Walmart is such a big player in the retail aspect that it's actually used as a measure of how well the US economy health is. So if Walmart is slowing down, usually that indicates that the entirety of the United States economy is also slowing down. So even though it's not exactly riveting to hear that Walmart is going to lose 1% growth from one year to the next, it is at least a bit more compelling to hear that the United States as a whole is going to lose some level of growth from one year to the next. And finally, the last piece of news that I wanted to talk about today is the one that you have heard about, Milei and crypto rug pulls. So, like I said, you probably already heard about this one. This was the biggest piece of news in a while. And yeah, the president of Argentina promoted a crypto token named Libra, which ended up in a rug pool that affected countless people, many of which were his own followers and his own population because they believed in him. They believed and supported him. And well, that did not end well for now. And as far as I'm aware, not much else has come from this. There was an impeachment attempt against him in Argentina. I'm not entirely sure how that ended up. I did not find any follow up to that. But the point is, this really fucking sucks for the people of Argentina that got rug pulled into it. I do understand that nowadays, if you get scammed in something crypto related, you probably should have seen it coming because not much else happens when we're talking about crypto nowadays. But still, a lot of people probably didn't know much about that in general. They heard about it for the first time with this guy, and well, it ended up with them losing money. So I've always felt that Milei was a bit of a nut job, but I did understand why people voted for him, and he had been successful in cutting inflation, which had been damaging his country a lot. But yeah, for an economist, not the best look, huh? Well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. Again, I apologize for the delay between episodes, but hopefully next week we'll be back again here for another This Week in Business. Thank you and have a good day.